afternoon. We are broadcasting live from Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church. We're in the process of changing our platforms, and we're doing a test run at this time. So on tomorrow morning, our services will be streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. We're hoping that by creating this new platform, that we will have access to a wider audience, and that if we run into any difficulties in one platform, you can adjust and go to a second or third platform. We're so grateful to God and thankful that we're being able to make this happen. Our video production team is here today. Andreas and Charles are working the boards, making sure that this is happening. And so we're hoping that this will alleviate a lot of the problems that we have experienced over the past couple of weeks and the frustration of not being able to go live or going live and there is no audio, or going live and there's no video. So right now we are prayerful that the adjustments that we have made, the vision that has come from our media ministry has answered these questions, solved these problems. And so right now we are just doing a test run in preparation for tomorrow's sermon and service in our time of worship together, broadcasting from Belmont, North Carolina at Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church. We are forever grateful to God for giving us such talented people to be in our midst to make this happen. We know that we're going to experience these challenges from time to time, but we know for every problem there is a solution. And so it is our prayer that this is the answer to our questions and that we're going to be able to continue to stream live and to do the things that we do and do them well in first class. So I'm thankful for our ministry team that have a vision and insight how to make things better, and that I'm thankful to you all that have supported our church financially so that we could go out and buy the necessary tools to put in place the instruments that will make it possible for us to do what we're doing at this time of a pandemic. We realize that we do not know how long we're going to have to continue to keep our churches empty in order to protect our congregation. So we know that we need to be able to put together a first-class team that will help us to bring this broadcast live every time that we open the doors. As you see from here going forward, I will always be wearing a mask because there are other persons in the church now, and we're going to protect each other as we come together to make this happen. They are definitely more than 6 feet away from me, but we have everything set up in a way that we should be able to protect each other when we're coming together to make this ministry take place every Sunday morning. So I just ask that you all, if we should experience any kind of technical difficulties in the future, that you all will be patient with us, that you will give us time to work out the kinks. Andreas and I were talking several weeks ago, and we were actually laughing that we had had so many broadcasts without any problems, and that we had been able to put our message out there and not experience any difficulties. And no sooner than we said that, then we began to have some problems. But where there are problems, again, there are solutions. And God has given us the answers to our problems, and this is where we are in our present situation. Let me encourage you, if you are listening, to be aware that we will not be opening the church up anytime soon because this pandemic has taken on a second breath. It has found fresh air, and it is expanding at a pace that I'm fearful that we're going to experience a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. So let me encourage all of you to make sure that you do your part, that you take serious this pandemic, that you take serious protecting your family, that your family understands that everybody have to be on the same page. So whatever you do, make sure that you do your part to help turn this thing in the direction that we need for it to go. I know that if we had done this a long time ago, we would not be in the situation that we're in now, and that we would have solved this problem. We would be at a place to where we could do what we need to do. So I know that some of you are a little concerned about getting the vaccine when it becomes available, but there's going to come a time when I want you to take seriously, to think seriously about getting the vaccine, because it's so important that you protect yourself and that you protect your family and that you do your part. So I'm going to encourage all of us going forward to do everything in our power to make sure that we're doing our part, that our family is doing our part. I can't tell you of how many situations that I've heard of where a family member went out and did not do their part and came home and infected their family. That's a sad reality. And some people are living with heavy hearts and heavy regrets because, as a result of their behavior, they infected a family member that is no longer with them. That is the potential of not doing what you know you need to do. Young people, don't go to large gatherings and hang out with your friends and not wear masks and not socially distance. You're putting yourself at risk and you're putting your family at risk. We have to do what we have to do until we don't have to do it anymore. And the scientists are telling us, even with taking the vaccine, it does not mean that we cannot wear masks. It does not mean that we can just go and do like everything is okay. It's going to take a while before we get to okay. So even with the vaccine being available to millions and millions of people, you got to understand that until all of us get the vaccine, this pandemic has the potential to continue to create pain and suffering for a lot of people. It is my understanding that we are marching toward the 300,000 number in regards to the number of people who have died, who will have died. That is a lot of suffering. That is a lot of pain. That is a lot of agony that a lot of persons are going through right now. I don't want your family to be a part of that. And if I'm speaking to someone whose family has already been down that road, my heart and prayers go out to you, because I know that to some degree you will never, ever, ever be the same again. And so we walk with you. We cannot understand in the totality of your suffering and your pain, but we will do what we can and walk with you as long as you will permit us to. We are thankful that you are a part of this ministry, that you are hearing this broadcast, that you will continue to tune in and be a part of what we're doing. And until we can get back into the church, this is what we will continue to do. But there's another side of it. In the future, when we do open the doors of our church, this media will still be available. We're not going to shut this down just because we open the physical doors of the church back up. We want to have this in place for the rest of the time that we are a faith community, that we will always be streaming live our services, and you will always be invited to be a part of it. So again, this is our test run for today. I'm hopeful that on tomorrow, everything will go smoothly, that everything will move in the direction that it needs to be, that all three platforms will be actively available to you, and that you will be able to pick whatever platform you choose, YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope. So whichever one that you want to tune into, you will be able to tune into it. All three will be live. Again, I'm Pastor Glenn, and I thank you for being a part of this test run today, and I look forward to speaking with you on tomorrow morning. God bless, and all of you have a safe and productive evening.